Hello and welcome to the show. Today I bring exciting news as the AMC Pacer is in Forza Horizon 3. You can unlock this car. It's a barn find vehicle that you unlock via the Forzathon event. It's going on for the next couple of days. If you do happen to miss it, if you're watching this video a while later, there probably will be a fair few of these around on the auction house. However, yeah, the AMC Pacer. I never thought I'd be excited to see a Pacer in a video game. However, I like having obscure cars. I like having weird and wonderful cars in Forza games. So having the Pacer back is always nice. We are going to, though, be turning this into a hill climb monster. Well, I'm not even sure if monster is the word good enough to describe what this vehicle is going to be, because, you see, we are going to, of course, have the car converted to all-wheel drive, or we are going to put the car on some snow tyres, and we're going to give it maximum tyre widths as well, which are probably going to be quite tiny. Oh no, not as tiny as I thought they were, actually. 265 on the front is pretty decent going, and 285 on the rear. That's a lot better than I thought we might get from the Pacer. Okay, it might not be quite as crazy as initially expected, but there we go. Because the engine, you see, there are a lot of different engine options that we can put in this car. 6.2 litre V8, not exactly surprising. 7 litre Hemi V8, also not too surprising either. But we can then also put in the Viper V10, but more spectacularly, the Lamborghini V12. And when you give me the option of having a Pacer with a Lamborghini V12, I am taking that option. Yeah. We're having a V12 AMC Pacer. It's going to have a lot of power. It's going to have very little... Well, I say very little aware control. This might actually be very quick. As strange as that is to be contemplating, it might be quite fast. Can we have the... Oh, we can. I want that. I want that... Yeah, I do want that on my Pacer. This is the most ridiculous vehicle I think I have made in this series so far. Let's get some handling bits on the car. I might have got a little bit mad with power immediately. We should probably worry about handling things. Yes, I am fully aware we have a supercharger and blower on the front of a car that doesn't have a supercharger and probably won't. Let's go... I think we're going to want to go weight reduction, to be honest. It's actually not as light as I was expecting. I see this car, and I assume because it is small, it's going to be relatively light, but it isn't at all. So, I mean, only 3,000... I say only 3,000 pounds. In terms of this series, 3,000 pounds is on the heavier side of things. Now... where do we go with this next? I'm guessing just max out what's left of the engine. Not a huge amount. With this V12, there's not actually a huge amount in the way of upgrades that you can do to it. Can you actually supercharge it if I wanted to? I think I can only twin turbo it. Yeah, I can. I can only twin turbo it. Bugger. So yeah, completely pointless having that thing on the bonnet. But it looks absurd, so we're having it. We're just going to kind of, I guess, work with what we have in here to try and get the... I'm actually really surprised that this is... like, the rest of the engine parts are pretty useless for gaining me any power. Yeah, that's not actually going to work. Okay, we're going to take out these parts, and I'm hoping if we take out all of these parts, we can then get the turbos on, and everything will be good. I think we will, because we're already a couple of PI over with the turbos on. Turbo. Bugger. Okay, we might have to... So the turbos stick us up to 1,000 horsepower, but that is a little bit too much for the PI. So we're going to drop, not down in there. What am I doing? We're going to put back in some of the weight. There we go. Fine balance. And then try and take out some of the weight where we can. I mean, power to weight ratio wise, it's better than some that we have seen. 1,000 plus horsepower is always good in this series. However, it is still relatively heavy, although it does have some decent-sized tyres, so I reckon this could as I said, I reckon this, as strange as it sounds, could actually be half-decent. Oh, we're going to be at that really arsey PI, aren't we? Where everything I put on here is going to be one too many. God damn it. The only one that might work is intercooler, I think, because that adds weight, so it might not... There we go. Yes, okay, so we can add another 14 horsepower. There's a bit more weight back on. 1,033 horsepower. 750 torque in the AMC Pacer. Decent sized tyres though. Potentially an agile car. I don't really know. We could have an interesting upset on our leaderboard, and I hope we do. So our urine yellow pacer is here, ready to tackle the Devil's Corners hill climb. I'm going to get 3 runs up this course in an attempt to go as fast as possible. Our current leader is the BMW 507, a 155.9 that is proving to be a really tough time to beat. The quickest American car up here is lies in third, Pontiac GTR 157.1. Could the Pacer trouble the top 10? I think it might. I honestly think that this might cause some form of an upset. Just quite how high up the board it can go, I don't know. We have got quite a lot of straight line speed. Not the fastest accelerating car we have had down towards turn 1, no. But that is pretty damn good going, about 123 as we head in towards these next corners. It's not too bad on power delivery either. That's going to be a critical thing. Yes, we are all-wheel drive, and of course, you are less likely to be getting, well, a huge amount of oversteer with all-wheel drive, but we are driving on snow, and there's not a huge amount of grip out here, and we have seen some of the crazy power cars really struggle with just wanting to, well, just spinning all their power away, basically. We are very quick. The front end doesn't get turned into too shabbily either through some of these corners. How quick will we be? Actually very nicely out of that double apex corner. How fast can we get the car up to down here? How late dare we brake? 120 miles an hour as we dive on the brakes there. We might be able to get away with a tiny bit later braking. Oh, it's oversteering slightly, 108 miles an hour across the jump. Only a couple down on that BMW. It has got more power than the BMW this, but it is about 500 pounds heavier than the 507. So yeah, power to weight ratio wise, I suspect the BMW, I'm pretty sure the BMW is winning slightly, but this isn't that far off. It's all whether I can maintain the same corner speed that we did with the likes of the 507. Now, can I be flat out up here? We can when we take the corner like that. We are a little bit sideways. We are slightly out of control coming onto the icy straight, but never mind. We can't get there. Doesn't really like getting off the icy straight particularly well there. I might have actually, could have actually been probably in third for that one as we around the penultimate corner. And we're going to have the madcap dash to the line, very sideways, in the in the Pacer. We're in the top 10 already, are we? Yes, very close between this and the F-Type, but it is taken 10th place on its opening run. Oh, what a delightfully crazy car that one is. As we head on to our second run, this car that is absurd on paper is actually really not that bad at all to drive up this course. I am impressed with the handling. I'm very impressed, in fact, with the handling, with the way that this car is able to maintain the corner speed. Yeah, of course, when you have this much power, its main strength is always going to be the acceleration, but we've had, you know, faster accelerating cars than this, and they can't get up the mountain as quick because they really struggle through the corners. This has got a very good balance between crazy acceleration and actually being able to carry some corner speed. We get a little bit of oversteer, we get a little bit of wheel spin, but it's not so much that it is constantly causing us problems. I may have thrown it into that corner a little bit too deep, although we are going to get very quick on the exit as we head to... That was a little bit scary heading towards that rock face. Amazingly, nothing's hit that yet, because I do push my luck sometimes with cars on the exit there as you're trying to get as much speed out of the corner as you can. Getting a little bit wide. 109 miles an hour. It's right up there with that BMW as we are now heading into... We are actually very close to the ghost time. In fact, the closest we've been for a long time to those ghost flags. I do fear this section here is where a lot of cars recently have struggled, and I think perhaps the traction in the V12 Pacer might just let it down. Oh, we're going to chuck it in again. We're chucking it a little bit sideways. It works, though. It works for the Pacer. We are absolutely flying with this car. Can't believe I am saying that about a fishbowl with a V12 engine. Look at the height. That's incredible. The height from the Pacer across those jumps. Come on, around these final couple of corners we go. I don't think it's quite going to beat the BMW, but It is. Did that get a 56? It did. It is the first car to actually get a 56 because the BMW moved the benchmark by quite a way. It's second. We do need to find a whole second if we want to go to the top of the table, but for now, you guys weren't expecting that one. You were not expecting that one at all. Certainly neither was I. Bloody hell. So, it is our final run with the AMC Pacer, and it is, well, certainly of all the vehicles recently, it has the best chance of getting near that BMW. A second, though, is quite a lot of time to make up on this final run. Now, I have found that sort of time on third attempts in the past. Not so sure it's going to be doable here. That second run was very, very good from this car, and I am concerned that the more I try and find speed in this, I'm just going to end up overdriving the car. I'm not sure we have the grip, the composure to really do too much more than we did last time out. Now, you never know. Again, I've said that about cars in the past and then found huge amounts of time. So I'm going to give it a damn good shot. But, yeah, I'm thinking a couple of tenths, maybe 3 tenths and so on might be findable, but much more than that, we may struggle to do. Oh! Even closer that time. We brushed the banking. We didn't actually get fired into the rocks, but we definitely brushed the banking, although I was so fast through that double apexed corner. This is a lovely car to drive. It really is. 111 miles an hour across the jump. I think that makes it as fast, if not slightly faster, than the BMW. I can't remember the exact speed the BMW did. Unfortunately, though, we're a little bit down in terms of the time. Will first gear work through here? No, first gear will not work. Again, I'm trying something different. I'm just trying anything I can to try and get some speed in this. I think there's been too much wheel spin. We're a little bit out of position up there as well. No, it's not gone well. I was trying anything to try and get that little bit of time. Has not quite happened. Although we are going to get off the icy straight at an interesting manner there. 107 miles an hour. That's such a huge flight. A huge flight across there. I think perhaps where we're losing the most time is this car does really struggle on traction. I've messed around with it a little bit too much. I mean, try to use full throttle a lot more in places that I probably shouldn't have been, and it wasn't working in the end. Yeah, 57.5. Not a great final. Well, I say not a great final run. That's still stupid quick. That's still well, I put in 8th place at 57.5. So yeah, the AMC Pacer as an AMC Pacer with 1,000 horsepower, V12 in it, tackling a snowy mountain, has gone second on our Hill Climb Monsters leaderboard. The only car in the 156 is a 56.9. It is a second down on our leader. That BMW 507 is proving to be a truly mighty car. And, you know, the Pacer isn't miles ahead of the rest of the field. The Volvo is less than a tenth down on the AMC. The Pontiac GTO is only a couple of tenths down. However, it's not a result that I ever expect to say. The Pacer is a really bloody good car. Up this mountain, it really is incredibly fast up this hill climb course. We have the crazy acceleration that is needed. You know, we can get out the tight hairpins, we can get up the hills very, very quickly indeed, and we still have the handling when it comes to the corners. Is a little bit oversteer, is a little bit more wheel spinny than perhaps I would like, and I think on some of the steeper climbs, that may be where we're losing out slightly to the BMW, in that it is quite easy, and the more you push the car, the easier it is to waste a lot of your time spinning the wheels. However, when you do get things right, yeah, mighty fast car. That, though, is going to be it for this rather bizarre video. I didn't expect to be saying a Pacer was a mighty fast car, but there we go. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.